Hello dear students, my name is Avinash Singh and you are going to learn the very basic things about quadratic equation from your maths teacher. Here today I will discuss what is a quadratic equation, and you have to be very sure that this quadratic equation chapter will be used throughout your learning journey, means throughout your studies. Means apart from 9th and 10th, you are going to solve many equations in physics, also in the class 11th and 12th. Okay, got the point? So this chapter is very important regarding your future studies. Okay, so let us start the chapter quadratic equation. First of all, let me discuss what is the name of the chapter quadratic equation means. Okay, why it is called quadratic equation. Okay, and you will learn in this chapter what is a quadratic equation, what are the roots of a quadratic equation, what is the standard form of a quadratic equation, what are the methods which you are going to use to solve the quadratic equation, and how to frame a quadratic equation, and nature of the roots on the basis of formula method. Okay, so and some words problem also. So these are the things you are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so let us start. As you all know that I always start the chapter by its name. So let us come to the name of this chapter. The name of this chapter is quadratic equation. Why it is called as quadratic equation? So let us discuss about the first word which is used. Okay, quadratic. Why it is called quadratic? Before telling why it is called quadratic, you should be aware of what is a polynomial. In the 9th class, in your 9th class, you may have studied about what is a polynomial. So let me revise your concepts. What is a polynomial? Okay, any expression of the form, you have already learned that any expression of the form an x ki power n plus an minus 1 x ki power n minus 1 plus an minus 2 x ki power n minus 2, and this will reduce up to a2 x ki power 2 plus a1 x ki power 1 plus a naught x ki power 0. I am not writing x ki power 0 because that is equals to 1. Okay? That means it will reduce up to the power of x as 0. Okay, so any expression of this form is called as polynomial. You know very well that any expression of this form is called as polynomial. Okay, up in this equation, in this polynomial, whenever the degree is 2, then it is called as quadratic polynomial. What is degree? So let me tell you what is the degree of any polynomial. The highest power of any polynomial, the highest power of any variable in any polynomial is called as degree of that polynomial. For example, in this polynomial, in this expression, what is the highest power? The highest power is n. So degree of this polynomial is n. If you have a polynomial x ki power 37 plus x ki power 0 plus x ki power 20, then what will be the degree of this polynomial? The degree of this polynomial will be 37, because the highest power of variable in this polynomial is 37. What the point? So whenever you see a polynomial in which the highest power of the variable, basically we discuss about one variable, that is in x. So whenever you see a polynomial in which the highest power of the variable is 2, then it is called as quadratic polynomial. Okay, I am not telling that that is called as quadratic equation, that is called as quadratic polynomial. So what is the standard form of a quadratic polynomial? It is ax square plus bx plus c. We can write it as ax square plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so I think it is clear in your mind that why it is called as quadratic. Okay, now what is a polynomial and what is a equation? In a polynomial, you have an expression, you have just an expression in the variable and constant. But in equation, you have something equal to something. Means basically whenever you are talking about the standard form, then it is equals to 0. And whenever you are going to write it as equals to 0, it is called as equation. Equation means you are using a equal sign with the polynomial. Okay, got the point? It is not always that there will be 0 after equal. Okay? But in equation, it is must that there will be a equal sign. There will be an equal sign. Okay, got the point? So you got the basic difference between polynomial and equation. Okay, so I explained you why it is called as quadratic, because the degree of this equation which we are going to study in this chapter will be 2, and equation means it will be equals to something. Okay, so what is the standard form of quadratic equation? The standard form of any quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. The standard form of any quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, so I think you can answer why it is called as quadratic equation. What is a quadratic equation? Okay, so an equation in which the degree is 2 means the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is coefficient of x square, where a is coefficient of x square and b is coefficient of x. What is coefficient? Whatever is multiplied with the variable is called as coefficient of that variable. Okay, here b is multiplied with x, so b is the coefficient of x, and a is multiplied with x square, hence a is the coefficient of x square. And there is an very important condition that a must not be 0. This is a very important, very important. This is star. You can write 5 star here. Okay, this is 5-star concept, that a cannot be equals to 0. Why? Whenever you have heard about the polynomial, I think you may have seen that an cannot be equals to 0 in this expression. An cannot be equals to 0, and the power of any variable should not be negative. Then that means the power of variable must be positive and whole number only. Okay, got the point? The power of each variable must be whole number only. It cannot be fraction, it cannot be root, it cannot be decimal, anything else. Okay, apart from whole number, you cannot take the power any other value. Okay, if you are taking the power as 1/2, then it will not be a polynomial. Okay, got the point? So you have already seen that an cannot be equals to 0, means highest power coefficient cannot be equals to 0, because the degree will be changed. Why? Let's say whenever you are supposed to not to do anything, then you can try it. Okay, no, you do not have to try all the things, because you know that whenever you are going to touch open wire, you will get a shock. Then why you have to try it? But in mathematics, you will not get a shock. Okay, so you can try here. Why a cannot be equals to 0? Just put the value of a as 0. You can put the value of a as 0. Okay, let us put the value of a as 0. Then what will be the result? It will be resulting into bx plus c, because if a will be 0, this whole value will be 0. Means now it is not a quadratic. Now it is not a quadratic. This becomes linear. Okay? Means you have changed your question. This is not possible. Okay? You do not have to change the degree of your equation. So a cannot be equals to 0. Got the point? Why a cannot be equals to 0? Because the degree will be changed. Degree will be reduced to 1. Okay? This is the very basic reason why a cannot be equals to 0. Okay? The standard form of any quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, got the point? Okay, now roots of a quadratic equation. What are the roots? I think you have heard about the roots and zeros. Roots are also called as zeros. Roots are also called as zeros of polynomial or zeros of the equation. Here we are talking about quadratic equation. So we will discuss about the roots of quadratic equation. Roots can also be called as zeros. Okay, what are the roots? Let me explain. If ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is having alpha and beta as its roots, as its positive roots. Okay, if alpha and beta are the roots of this given quadratic equation, then it will satisfy this equation. Means putting the value of x as alpha, this equation will become 0. Means what I am telling you, what I want to tell you, that what are the zeros or what are the roots of this quadratic equation? The values of x for which the equation will reduce to 0 will be the root of this equation. Okay, got the point? Means if alpha is a 0 or if alpha is a root of this quadratic equation, then a alpha square plus b alpha plus c must be 0. Okay, if alpha is a root, then this will be the result. Or if you have to check whether alpha is a root or not, then you have to check putting x as alpha. If you are getting the result as 0, then alpha will be its root. Okay, got the point? So a very basic question arises here. You will find a very basic question here, that check whether the given whether the given values of x are zeros of the quadratic equation or not, the given quadratic equation or not. For example, if I am taking a quadratic equation as 2x square plus 5x minus 10, and you have to check for this x equals to 1 is a 0 or not. So what you have to do, put the value of x as 1. If the equation becomes 0, then it will be a root of this equation. Put the value, it will be 2 into 1 square plus 5 into 1 minus 10 equals to 0. This will be 2 plus 5 means 7 minus 10. This will be minus 3. Minus 3 equals to 0, not equals to 0. That means minus 3 is not equals to 0. So x equals to 1 is not a root of this, quadratic equation. Okay, got the point? What is root of a quadratic equation, or what is 0 of a quadratic equation? The value of x for which the equation becomes 0 will be the root of or zeros of the quadratic equation. Got the point? Okay, what are the roots? Now we are going to discuss what are the methods to solve a quadratic equation. What are the methods you have to solve for finding the roots of a quadratic equation? You have total 4 methods. First one is by factorization. By factorization of equation. Okay, by factorization of equation, the first method is. The second one is by completing the square method. By completing the square method. By completing the square method. And the third one is by formula method. By formula method. You may have heard about Sridharacharya method. Okay, that is called as formula method, because Sridharacharya, an Indian mathematician, uh, had given this formula x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So it is called as Sridharacharya method also. Okay, formula method or Sridharacharya method is same. Okay, when it is used, when you are not able to factorize any equation, then this will be used. Okay, and the fourth one is, I think all of you know that there are three methods. What is the fourth one? You are missing the fourth one. What is that? Graphical method. Okay, what is that? Graphical method means you have to plot the graph of ax square plus bx plus c, and where the graph will cut x-axis, that will be the roots of the quadratic equation. Graphical method. Okay, graphical method. In this graphical method, I will tell you what is the shape of the graph when you are going to plot for ax square plus bx plus c. It will be a parabola, and in that ax square plus bx plus c, whenever when a is positive, when a is negative, when b is positive, when b is negative, when c is positive, when c is negative, all the things will be covered. I will teach you all these things, and in the factorization method, I will tell you a shortcut method. Without using pen and paper, you can solve the quadratic equation by without using pen and paper. Okay, I will discuss all these things. Okay, that will be a shortcut method. Okay, so let us start with solving quadratic equation by factorization method. Solving quadratic equation by factorization method. Okay, in this method, what we do is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. We are going to multiply a and c. Okay, we are going to multiply a and c, and then we will factorize a and c, ac, the product of ac, in such a way that the sum or difference will be equal to b. Got the point? No. Okay, I am telling you once more. What I am telling you, that first step is you have to multiply a and c. A means coefficient of x square and c means constant term. You have to multiply a and c. Okay, after multiplication, whatever the result be, you have to factorize the product of a and c in such a way that the difference or sum of that factors must be equal to b. Must be equals to b. Okay, that is all. Then you have to take common in 4 terms, then you have to equate it in 0, and finally you will get the result. Means you will get the zeros of the quadratic equation. Let me tell you this with an example. Okay, we can take x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Okay, x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. If we have to solve this quadratic equation, what we have to do, what is the coefficient of x square here is 1. When you are not getting any coefficient, means whenever not anything is multiplied, that means by default 1 is there. Okay, so the coefficient of x square here is 1 and the constant term is 6. 1 into 6 equals to 6. You have to factorize 6 in such a way that the factors are 2 into 3, 1 into 6, 6 into 1, 3 into 2. 3 into 2, 2 into 3 are same, and 1 into 6, 6 into 1 are same. Okay, now if you are going to take 1 into 6, then 6 plus 1 is 7, it is not coming 5, but 6 minus 1 is coming 5. But you do not have to take this value because you will not get anything common. Okay, I will explain you why. Okay, so these two values are ignored. These two factors are ignored. Why? Because you will not get a common here. Okay, so what you have to take the factors 2 into 3 or 3 into 2. You can take any value, the order as 2 into 3 or 3 into 2. Both are correct. I am taking 3 into 2. So x square plus, I am converting 5 as 3 plus 2. We can write 5 as 3 plus 2. Why 3 plus 2 only? Because 3 into 2 is equals to 6. Both the things must be satisfied. That means product must be equals to 6 and the sum or difference must be equals to 5. Okay. Now just open the bracket and take the common. Take common. 3x square plus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. Now there is a common in these two, x. Here it will be x and here it will be 3, x plus 3 plus 2, here it is 2 as common, and plus 3 it will be there. Okay. Now what is there? It will be, finally you can take x plus 3 as common from whole this equation. So x plus 3 is common in bracket. Here it will be x and here it will be 2, x plus 2 equals to 0. Now a very basic concept you should be aware of. That means if you are going to multiply two numbers and it is resulting into 0, then three case arises here. If a will be 0, then this equation will be 0. If b will be 0, then also this equation will be 0. Or if a and b both are 0, then also this equation will be 0. Hence, from here we can write if x plus 3 equals to 0, then x will be equals to minus 3, and if x plus 2 equals to 0, then x will be equals to minus 2. Hence, minus 3 and minus 2 are the roots of this quadratic equation. Got the point? This is the method of factorization. Got the point? This is the method of factorization. Okay? You got the point? So the roots of this quadratic equation, x square plus 5x plus 6, are minus 3 and minus 2. Okay? Let me tell you the shortcut for this. Okay? Let me tell you the shortcut for this. What is the shortcut? This is not a shortcut. This is a quick method which you will learn after practicing so many questions. Okay? What you have to do in this method? You just have to learn that whenever there will be a positive sign in both these, means if it will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, then only this concept will be used. Whenever the sign will change, the method will be changed. Means the method is same, but the values will be changed. Okay, I will tell you for all the sign, but here both the sign are positive. In that case, both the roots will be negative. Whenever both the sign are positive, means if the quadratic equation is in the form ax square plus bx plus c, then always both the roots will be negative. Always. Means the roots will be negative. You can write two negative signs. Okay. Now factorize it. 3 into 2. You know the factorization will be 3 plus 2. Write down 3 and 2 here. Write down 3 and 2 here. And in last step, just divide by the coefficient of x square in both. Divide by the coefficient of x square in both. That means the answer will be minus 3 and minus 2. The answer will be minus 3 and minus 2. It will take 10 seconds only. Got the point? This is a shortcut when this is not a shortcut. That means whenever you are going to practice at least 100 to 200, 300 questions, then you will realize this is not a shortcut. This is the direct step. Okay, got the point? Just you have to remember that whenever ax square plus bx plus c form is there, then the roots, both the roots will be negative. So you have to write negative with both the roots and factorize 6 as 3 and 2. Write down 3 and 2 separately. And in the final step, you have to divide by the coefficient of x square. And what is the coefficient of x square? That is 1. Means the roots will be minus 3 and minus 2. What were the roots? The roots were minus 3 and minus 2 only. Got the point? So you can escape this lengthy process in the MCQ questions. Okay. Okay. Now, let me tell you the method of completing the square. Okay. What is this? You know that the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now, I am replacing c, not replacing, I am transferring c to another side. That means it will be equals to ax square plus bx equals to minus c. Now, we are going to divide by a both sides. It will be x square plus b by ax equals to minus c by a. Huh? Now, I am going to add b square by 4a square both side. Why I am adding this? You will get in the last. X square plus b by ax plus b square by 4a square equals to minus c by a plus b square by 4a square. I can write it like this. Okay. Now, if I am writing 2 in both the numerator and denominator here, then you can see it is a square, it is b square, it is 2ab. That means this is a plus b ka whole square. And what is b? B is b by 2a ka whole square. B is b by 2a whole square. What is b? B is b by 2a whole square. Means we can write this expression as x plus b by 2a whole square. Okay, got the point? This is b by 2a whole square. This is 2 into a means x and b means b by 2a. Okay, and here it will be, if I am taking LCM, it will be b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. Okay, now taking square root both side, we get x plus b by 2a equals to under root this, that will be plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 4a square will be converted into 2a, because under root 4a square is equals to 2a. Why this is plus minus? Oh, this is a very basic concept. You have to remember this. If x square equals to 9 and if x equals to root 9, these two things are different. These two things are not equal. Generally, the students write if x square equals to 9, then x equals to root 9. This is wrong. If x square equals to 9, then x equals to root 9. This is the wrong statement. Okay, got the point? I think 99.9% of students do this mistake. So you have to keep this in mind that if x square equals to 9, then x will be equals to plus minus under root 9. This will be plus minus under root 9. Then x will be equals to plus minus 3. This, and if x equals to root 9, then x equals to plus 3 only. Means if x equals to root 9, there will be positive result only. And if x square equals to 9, then x will result into plus 3 and minus 3 both. Okay. So if x plus b by 2a ka whole square equals to something, then x plus b by 2a equals to plus minus under root something. Okay. So here from this equation you can, this is the square, you completed it as a square. Now you can calculate for x from here. Okay, x will be equals to b square, this will go in that side, it will be equals to minus b by 2a plus minus under root b square minus 4ac, yeah, upon my 2a. Okay, now from this equation, means from here you can find the value of x. This is the method of completing square. Okay, and there is one more method. Oh, where is formula method? Formula method completing the square. Okay, here I am telling you the formula method. Formula method. This is nothing. This is just a special form of completing the square method. You find x plus b by 2a equals to plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. You got this in the completing the method is completing the square method. So here x will be equals to, if it will transfer to the right side, then it will be minus b by 2a plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, and here if you are taking 2a as LCM, then it will be minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is what the formula, the Sridharacharya method for finding the roots of quadratic equation. Okay, x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. You can put the value of x, put the value of b, a and c. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term, and you can find the roots in this case. Okay.